Okay, so we left off on the last screencast talking about orthorexia. Again, it's a little bit hard to define, but it's just something to pay attention to. If you notice you or someone you know is seems to be preoccupied with healthy eating to the point where you think it's more of a disorder than something, you know, other than that person just trying to be healthy, then that's something to pay attention to. Another eating disorder, OSFED, it's also known as EDNOS, eating disorder not otherwise specified. So this is sort of like a catch-all. So individuals who don't meet certain criteria for anorexia, bulimia, AFRID, any of the others, um, they will just fit under the OSFED category. So signs and symptoms can include those that are found in other eating disorders, and it's just as severe. However, it's just they don't fit into the neat categories that maybe some others do. Maybe it can be easy to pinpoint when others are suffering with anorexia, bulimia, ARFID, or any of the others. But OSFED is more of sort of like a catch all. So, some other eating disorders, unspecified, uh, usually applies to presentations where symptoms don't cause clinical distress, um, or I'm sorry, they do cause clinical distress, but they don't fit the category for other eating disorders. Rumination disorder, regular regurgitation of food that occurs for at least 1 month, and that regurgitated food may be rechewed, reswallowed, or spit out. Pica is an eating disorder, and that involves eating items that are not typically thought of as food. So this person could eat dirt, paint chips, hair. So usually it's because there's some sort of nutritional deficiency that leads the person to have this compulsion. Um, Laxative abuse, this can go along with bulimia. Laxative abuse is very serious and very dangerous. It's when the person, it's a form of purging. So if a person binges and wants to purge, sometimes they can abuse laxatives. Compulsive exercise goes along with um, anorexia and sometimes bulimia too. Like I said, somebody with bulimia doesn't necessarily have to purge by vomiting. You can purge by over exercising and purge by laxatives as well. So it's an extreme excessive exercise that significantly interferes with areas of one's life. Um, so, how to help a loved one, including yourself, if you're struggling with any of these or think that you show the symptoms of some of these, make sure that you reach out for help. Or if you notice these traits in somebody you care about. So, avoid conflicts. So, that shouldn't be any sort of, how could you do this to me? How could you do this to your family? That's absolutely not what the person needs. So, no blame should be placed. You shouldn't make that person feel ashamed or guilty. Um, Avoid giving simple solutions. Like, you can't say, oh, just eat. Why can't you just stop eating? That's not going to work. Eating disorders are extremely complex illnesses, and simple solutions like that are really damaging to that person's confidence, even more so than it already is. Avoid confrontation with a group. Discuss it with the person you care about during a private time. Be caring but firm too. You can say, I care about you. I want you to get help. I want you to be healthy. And if they say, oh, I'll be fine, and you just say, okay, never talk about it again, that's not what's going to be the most beneficial for that person. So by being firm, it means you have to get help. I'm going to have to talk to somebody because your life is at risk here. So be caring, but be firm at the same time. And that's a hard tightrope to balance. It really is. And that's not something you should have to worry about on your own. And that's when you should reach out to a counselor or a trusted adult for help. You need to encourage them to seek help. There's so many therapists, there's online resources, there's hotlines that you can encourage them to see or talk to. Learn as much as you can about eating disorders. Go on the NEDA website. There's lots of resources out there about eating disorders, And absolutely do not keep it a secret. Tell a trusted adult because as we looked at, some of these symptoms are very severe. So in order to help that person, in order to keep them safe and healthy, you need to tell somebody that can get them help. So that's mainly all I have for eating disorders. There's a lot of other information out there. So I encourage you to research this a little bit more on your own. And then, as always, if you have any more questions on anything I said, then please feel free to reach out and ask. And thank you. And let me know if there's anything else I can answer for you.